Good morning. Odeleke Mufifla reporting for Uzomia Television. No deal emerges for Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. Lai Mohammed gets an international job. EU approves first vaccine for common respiratory virus. Chukwueze crowned best African player in La Liga. The primate of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, the Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, has announced the newly elected dean of the church as well as 2 archbishops and 4 bishops. According to reports, the announcement was contained in a press statement made available by the primate. He urged members of the church to support and pray for the newly elected bishops and archbishops. The newly elected bishops are Venerable Collins Babalola for Ajayi Crowther Diocese, Venerable Festus Nwafili for Undoka Diocese, Venerable Ifedola Okukbevi for Lagos Diocese, and Venerable Ebenezer Saika for Akoko Edo Diocese. Archbishop-elects are the Most Reverend Dr. Michael Olushino Fakbe of Remo Diocese for Lagos Province and the Right Reverend Timothy Yahaya of Kaduna Diocese for Kaduna Province. Ndukuba also noted that the confirmation processes, training, enthronement of the newly elected bishops, and presentation of the dean and archbishops would happen soon as necessary constitutional and canonical steps could be taken. The newly elected bishops, he said, would begin their training in July, while consecration follows in August 2023. The House of Representatives has urged the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to constitute a high-level presidential committee to undertake a holistic review of the processes of the Nigerian Air Project. This was made known by Rep. Nolim Naji, the chairman of the Committee on Aviation in Abuja, after careful evaluation of the issues of the Nigerian Air. He said the committee was totally dissatisfied with the actions of the former Minister of Aviation in going ahead to flag off the operations of the Nigerian Air in spite of a standing court injunction against such. He said this was also without any provision for sustaining the operations of the airline. Inaji said a careful review of the process indicated the exercise to be highly opaque, shrouded in secrecy, shoddy, and capable of ridiculing and tarnishing the image of Nigeria before the international community. The committee therefore directed the Federal Ministry of Aviation and the partners in the Nigerian Air Project to immediately suspend flight operations and every other actions with respect to the Nigerian Air. The committee also advised that the Federal Ministry of Aviation with its agency, the NCAA, to designate some Nigerian indigenous airlines as fleeing carriers to take advantage of bilateral air services agreements. The agreement was said to have been entered by Nigeria pending when a viable national carrier comes on board. Less than 2 weeks after leaving office as Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed has been appointed as the managing partner of an international lobbying firm, Ballard Partners. His appointment was announced in a statement shared on the firm's official Twitter page on Tuesday, June 6, 2023. Ballard Partners, one of the top government relations firms in the United States, is opening its first office in Africa in Abuja, Nigeria, the nation's capital, the statement reads. Lai Mohammed, who is the immediate past Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture, will serve as the managing partner of the Abuja office and the firm's satellite office in Lagos, the nation's financial center. According to Brian Ballard, the firm's president, he said Mohammed was given the role because he is one of the most respected officials in the country. Reacting to his new appointment, Lai Mohammed said Ballard Partners has a perfect record globally and is delighted to be a part of the firm. The European Commission has followed the United States in approving the world's first vaccine for the respiratory syncytial virus to be used by adults aged 60 and over, its maker GlaxoSmithKline said on Wednesday today. This authorization of RSV means eligible adults can be vaccinated against RSV disease for the first time, GSK's chief scientific officer Tony Wood said in a statement. The United States approved the drug last month, while the vaccine is the culmination of the decades-long hunt to protect vulnerable people from the common illness. RSV normally causes mild, cold-like symptoms but can be serious for infants and the elderly as well as those with weak immune systems and underlying conditions. In severe cases, it can cause pneumonia and bronchiolitis and inflammation of the small airways deep inside the lungs. Analysts predict the market could be worth over $10 billion in the next decade, with similar shots from other makers including Pfizer and Moderna expected to follow soon. TSK said RSV was a common contagious respiratory virus that leads to approximately 20,000 in-hospital deaths each year in adults aged 60 years and over in Europe. Valerias winger Samuel Chukwueze has been named Best African Player in the 2022-2023 Spanish La Liga season. This comes after a remarkable season with the Yellow Submarine, with the Nigerian ending the season with 13 goals and 11 assists across all competitions. It was the 24-year-old most productive season since his arrival at the Estadio de la Ceramica. Chukwueze beat out competition from two other top African players, Ghana's Inaki Williams, who won the La Liga Santander Mid-Season Africa MVP award after scoring 10 goals in 36 La Liga matches for Athletic Club, and Morocco's Yassine Bono, who helped Sevilla FC win the UEFA Europa League. His impressive showing has seen Chukwueze linked with a number of clubs in Europe, including Real Madrid, Aston Villa and Newcastle United. The headlines again. Know the Emiratis for Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. Lai Mohammed gets an international job. EU approves first vaccine for common respiratory virus. Chukwueze crowned Best African Player in La Liga. Thank you for staying tuned. I am Odelike Mufinfolua.